Hello and welcome back to my garden. Today we're in my vegetable garden and that's a beautiful day to give you a tour. And as days are getting longer and temperature is getting higher, the garden is starting to waken up. It's super exciting time, the birds are singing, and I do believe that in a couple of weeks we will see a lot of changes. But even right now, everything is waking up. Buds on the trees are swelling and I can see the growth on some of the plants. And actually we've made a beautiful progress comparing to the beginning of January when I was giving you the last tour, so let's start. And the last time when I was giving you a tour, I told you that we will be changing and planting some trees, and we did it. So right now garden is really full and ready to wake up. I'm super excited about it, and actually we've pruned all the trees, and if you want to check the video, I will put it into the description box about pruning all types of the trees that you can find in your garden. And we've prepared flower beds for spring, and there's gonna be a video about soil preparation really soon on this channel, so please subscribe. And everything is actually cut back, and in a couple of weeks I do believe that I will get an idea of what has survived and what not. I really hope that some of my lavender plants will die back, so there will be a chance for me to replace them with other plants that I have in my mind. And it's super exciting to see right now everything popping up, especially all the bulbs that we were planting last winter, and we had about 2,000 bulbs going in the ground in this garden. So right now there's a lot of tippy tops and growth points coming up from the ground, promising beautiful show. Plus look, sedum is looking just gorgeous and everything is nice. Rather empty, but in just a couple of weeks I do believe that we will see a lot of growth, and actually forecast for the next 10 days in low 20s, meaning that everything will start growing really fast. Oh, and look, we have the first colors of the spring popping up here and there. Oh, how lovely it is. And this area, just next to the compost bins, was reworked, redesigned, and replanted this January and February. And right now there's the most exciting part of this journey, because as you can see there's many plants, many shrubs getting growth, and it's super exciting to see in the very beginning of the season, and it means that they're all alive, and probably sooner than later we will see the actual hedge coming up. And actually this area might get the further changes later this season. Right now I'm waiting for the signs of my rhubarb plants waking up here, and I do believe that this area is not the perfect for my rhubarb plants. It's too open, there's too much sun, too much heat for them, and they need to be planted at a more protected area. So probably I will be replanting them depending on how many plants will wake up from this winter. And right now that's really exciting to see that actually some of them are popping up, and I have this beautiful growth, and then another plant that gives tippy tops, but a beautiful rhubarb is coming up to life. And just next to my rhubarb patch there is asparagus, and this year is going to be super exciting because this is the first year when we're going to be harvesting our asparagus. As you know, asparagus needs to grow in the same location for a couple of years for their root system to become strong enough before we can start harvesting. And wow, look, this is the first asparagus of the year. How exciting it is. And in just a couple of days we will see much more shoots. And actually this is the second. Yeah, I need to take a closer look. Probably we have the first harvest of asparagus in this garden. And while I'm here, I need to show you my brassicas patch. And as you can see, broccoli, we had a beautiful, beautiful harvest, and I've left the plants just to get the offshoots, for example, like here. And I'm really pleased to tell you that this mesh is working its magic and there's no insect pressure under it. And I had another tunnel like this with a mesh, but it got destroyed and I decided to remove it. There is a cauliflower. We're getting really good harvest. We started to actually harvest it, and I'm leaving again. I'm leaving the plants like this, and probably today I will harvest this one. It's really beautiful. And maybe another one. Yeah, the big one. That's really nice. And just for comparison, it's a really decent size. Yeah, that's gonna be delicious. Here is the patch of garlic, and as you can see, I need to weed this area and all the rest of them. So that's the job that's waiting for me. And here is a fennel patch, and we were harvesting it. It's really delicious and really healthy. And as you can see, we've made a beautiful progress through my salads. It's really great crop for winter time. It's super delicious. It grows really well during the cold months. And we have green onions, and there's another part, really fun one, that actually last year I was growing lettuces here, and I left 3 plants just for seeds. And as you can see, now I have plenty seedlings. I did nothing to get them. I wasn't growing them, I wasn't seeding them. I just left a few plants to self-seed. That's absolutely fantastic. And here is my artichoke patch. That absolutely beautiful, gorgeous plants that usually really productive, but this year I can see that some of them are missing. That's why I've already planted a few seeds to get the replacements for the missing plants. And actually, again, that's normal because artichokes, they're perennial, but they're not eternal, meaning that one day the plants will get actually old and it will eventually die back. And here is another part of my vegetable garden, and right now I have a bed full of greens, of radishes, of fennel, some brassicas, some radishes, and we are going through these crops, and it's absolutely lovely to have them. Plus I have a few empty beds, and I'm gonna be adding compost here, first weeding, then compost, and they're gonna be ready for spring planting. And this is the new part of actually salad patches. Again, now we're gonna be harvesting them and we'll enjoy the crops. And here is the new area. I don't know when I will stop calling this area new, but still for me it's a new area of our garden, and it's absolutely beautiful. I really like all the structures that we've put in. It's looking so smart. Let me show you from another angle. Just like this. That's a really smart look. And as you can see, everything is actually waking up. Right now, some of the plants are showing more growth and more signs of life. For example, this blackberry, look, that's just gorgeous. And I really want to see what these plants will do this year with these structures and how this area will become more and more grown and will get more mature. And I really can't wait for it. The raspberries are doing fine as well. Again, they're showing the first signs of growth, and actually yellow raspberries, they're showing more growth than the red ones. But again, you can see, it's alive definitely. And we will put it like this. just like this. And as you can see, a few raspberries, yellow raspberries, didn't make it through the hottest month of the last year. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be replanting some of this new growth into this area. I know that in a year or two, even without me replanting the plants, this area will get the growth from this raspberry plants. We just want to make it all feel nice and full right now, just from the very beginning. And I have the same situation here. So I've lost a few plants of red raspberries, and I'm not sure if they will shoot some new growth, or I will be replanting some of the new growth from this and this surviving parts of the patch. And the thing is that previously this area was really damaged by wild boar who was coming a few times last year and destroying this area. And now we are moving towards the existing strawberry patch, and as you can see, I started weeding here, so this area is looking better than anything else here in the garden. But slowly but surely I will go through all the area. And here are a few blueberry plants. Right now they're still dormant, but again, they will break the dormancy really soon. And we've added a really good layer of compost here. And as you can see, I've added a few potted aloe veras here in the garden. It's really bizarre for me to see them right here because everything is so wild and nothing is finished, but they give some of the interest and the structure. And again, this area was weeded, so as you can see, it's really smart. We will make bars for this fence to divide the area with the raspberries, and lantana is growing absolutely beautiful. Our parking area is getting changed as well. So we've made a beautiful progress adding the soil on top of all this rubble, and this rubble was added to make this parking area more stable because we have really sandy soil. And I do believe that right now we're in a stage when we're going to be adding gates just here. And my favorite part of this garden is just here, standing here to the next future gate and watching it growing and develop. And while you still need to use a lot of imagination to imagine everything growing and to become really big plants, but even right now there is structure. The main planting zones are done and finished, and garden is looking really nice. And here is a small hidden sitting area, and then we have our hydrangeas that we replanted from another garden. And when I was telling you that actually the plants were more like struggling than actually growing nicely there, here is a beautiful example. The plant was just the same size as this one, and now this branch is probably dead. This one, there's a tippy top growth, but all the rest seems rather sad looking. This branch might wait out, and there's not too much left on this plant. But this view is just so lovely. And just a small reminder that actually we bought this garden 3 years ago, and before that it was really overgrown with weed, and probably you can see it in the next garden. And we've removed weed, we've removed the roots of the weed, and if you know what is it, or at least you have an experience with bamboo roots, you might get an idea that that was quite a task. And right now we continue developing this garden, making it more and more beautiful and more us. We are adding structures, we're adding furniture, we're adding planting zones, and we were changing the layout, we were adding different systems, and that's really exciting journey for us. And I really hope that you will join me in this garden. And actually I have two gardens, and there's another cottage garden that is much more manicured than this one, and it gives me an opportunity to actually take a break and this hard labor here and to do something just beautiful with no functional purpose, really something there. And I like this. There's two parts of the garden that I'm lucky to experience here in this vegetable garden and in my cottage garden. And actually I can't wait to see all the plants, all the trees that we just planted to wake up and to give a new growth in this new area. And you know, the most luxurious gardens usually have a lot of big trees, and I can't wait to get the same feeling in this space. And I don't believe that I ever filmed the garden from this point, but I do believe that it's a really good way to see the overall structure of the garden and to get the overall idea of everything that's going on in here. And as you can see, we have a really clear definition of different zones. We have orchards separately, we have beautiful vegetable gardens separately, and the separation comes with huge flower beds. We have separate soft fruit garden, parking area, composting area, and of course, what can be more exciting than to see the first points of growth. And actually the only thing right now that I'm really waiting for is this pathway, and I'm really dreaming about the day when it will be overtaken by weeds. And yes, weeds, because we have no lawn here in this garden. Everything that you can see is actually just weeds that we're cutting back. And I do believe that it's working absolutely fine for us because we have no water during the summertime, so we don't have this opportunity to have something proper here. And we decided to remove gravel that we have before, and you probably can see the small patches of gravel that we have left here. And we decided to remove the gravel pathway because it was too much maintenance for us, and then to change it with a grass pathway. But for grass, we decided that actually weeds can do its job and to take over the space, and we removed the gravel last October or even September, late September, and still there's no enough weeds. And that's quite funny because if you will take a look at my vegetable beds, there is enough weeds, more than I would want to. And this is going to be it for today, and this is my garden as of second part of the February, and it's looking absolutely nice and beautiful. There is so much new growth plants coming here and there, and I can't wait to see what this garden will bring this season. The new season 2026, it's super exciting, and right now I need to be concentrating, and right now I'm going to be concentrating on soil health, and that's probably the next 2 weeks of work here, and I do believe that I will make beautiful progress here. And it's super important this time of the year to be around the garden and actually to be productive. So yeah, see you next time in the garden for another project, and probably that's going to be something or about pruning roses or about soil health here. I don't know. That's a super exciting period, and I really love to see you here. Thank you so much, and bye.